Hello everyone, my name is Noah and welcome to a new Infinity Nikki video. Today I am going to review one of the Cash Shop new features called Reverie in Chroma. I will be evaluating its in-game value, hopefully in enough detail to give you the information necessary to decide for yourself whether they are worth spending any of your hard-earned money on or not. I will also do a short demo for the decoration in the game's environment, as well as show you the outfit's different variations, how they fit on the different skin tones, and I will give you my observations when going through the dyeing process. Before we begin, there are a couple of points I'd like to clarify. First, I will be discussing a feature that requires spending real-life money in the game. But as always, please do not let this video influence you into spending money you did not intend to spend, or worse, that you do not have. And I am speaking from extensive personal experience here. Second, my evaluation of the value of this shop feature is strictly relative to the in-game economy. That is, how good it is compared to how everything else is priced in the game. How much a dollar is worth to each one of us will differ depending on the country we live in and our personal financial circumstances, so it is really not my place to tell you what is cheap or expensive in the context of real-life economy. And with all that said, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we are going to head for the shop, which is the first entry in your purple, and I am going to have a look at the Reverie in Chroma, which is the fifth tab. So as you can see, this offer is divided into two distinct packages: Inky Brush, which costs $9.99, and Crimson Cut, slightly more expensive at $12.99. And then you have this bundle offer at $20.49. So effectively the bundle offers a discount of $2.49. We will discuss how good that bundle offer is later, but for now, let's establish exactly what each bundle contains, starting with Inky Brush. A Quiet Soul resides within, half in reflection, half in shadow. Open to receive decoration, poetry in motion, monthly gifts privilege for 60 days, so 2 tickets of monthly gifts, weekly gains privilege 7 days, and 300 diamonds. When evaluating that kind of package in the shop, typically what you focus on is the value of any material you can use to do pearls on banners. So crystals, stellarites, and diamonds. The decoration, its value will differ from person to person depending on how much you want it. So only you can really tell how much this is worth for you. But I can tell you how much this package is worth in any other respect. So it contains tickets that are roughly equivalent to the offers found under Treasure. Roughly, here being the keyword, as we'll see in a minute. You get 2 tickets of monthly gifts and 1 of weekly gains. Now, if you look at details on the Treasure page, Weekly Gains offers you 60 energy every day for 7 days, plus 60 stellarites upon purchase. This costs 99 cents. Monthly Gifts, meanwhile, offers 90 diamonds per day over 30 days for a total of 2,700 diamonds over that period, and 300 stellarites upon purchase. This costs $4.99, and by the way, it is, by and large, considered the best value for money in the game. If we return to our Inky Brush package, we get 2 monthly gifts for a value of $4.99 each, which is $9.98, plus 1 weekly gains worth 99 cents. Total, $10.97. In addition, you also get 300 diamonds. So you need 120 diamonds for 1 pearl. 1 pearl is on average worth $1. I'll explain a bit more about the reasoning in a minute. 300 diamonds are 2.5 pearls, so they are worth $2.50. In total, the value of this bundle adds up to $13.47. Seeing as this costs $9.99, it's a good deal, right? It looks like it, but this is when the fine print comes into play, and let it be listened to us all that you should always read the fine print where money is involved, and the fine print in this case is point 3 of the rules. The monthly gifts and weekly gains privileges included in the Inky Brush box exclude Stellarite rewards but grant other benefits. And what does that mean for our evaluation? Well, because you do not get the Stellarites associated with the individual purchases of monthly gifts and weekly gains, compared to spending $11 in the treasure section, this $9.99 offer leaves you 660 Stellarites short. You do get an extra 300 diamonds, but even if we deducted that, would still be 360 Stellarites short. TLDR, the Inky Brush box is difficult to justify purchasing in terms of value for money, excluding the decoration. You are better off spending those $10 on 2 monthly gifts over 2 months. Now let's have a look at the Crimson Cut package. Spring breezes color the blades, peppercut blessings for a radiant year. Open to receive the perfect moment outfit, the perfect moment jade peak outfit, 10 resonite crystals, 10 revelation crystals, and 100,000 blinks. Just like the Inky Brush package, I am initially going to exclude the outfit because again, if you love it, you are going to get it anyway. Reminder that for crystals, I evaluate them as follows. Typically, I consider that 1 revelation crystal equals $1. That's because it is really their average price in the game. You can get them for less, you can get them for more. But this is a pretty accurate and very convenient average. In addition, 1 revelation crystal also equals 1 pearl. So I evaluate everything that gives you 1 pearl on limited time banners as equal $1. So that means also 120 Stellarites or 120 diamonds. For resonite crystals, because we only use them on the permanent banner, and you could expect the game to give you enough down the line for free to get everything you want on that banner, if you have enough patience, I typically evaluate them at 50 cents instead. So if I look at the content here, we have 10 revelation crystals worth $1 each, so $10, plus 10 resonite crystals worth 50 cents each, so $5. In total, the crystals alone are worth $15 for a $12.99 price. And this time, there is no fine print. So already, even without taking into account the outfit, we are on a pretty decent deal. Not earth-shattering, but I'd say decent to good in terms of evaluation. However, there is also a dress, and here is the thing. If it were sold as a shop item, typically because it is a 4-star, the base would sell for 680 Stellarites and the dupe would be 300 Stellarites, so 980 Stellarites in total. Given the price of Stellarites in the shop, that's effectively somewhere between $10 and $15 worth. So if you do like the outfit enough that you would have considered buying it as an individual item, then that package is not just good. Its value is actually very good in my opinion, and one of the better deals this month. Again, how good depends on whether you will get any use out of that outfit, but even without it, it is not a bad offer, so you cannot really lose with that one, I would say. Alright, before we discuss bundle, I think now would be as good a time as any to show you the decoration and the outfits in more details, starting with the decoration. And for that, I've chosen an obvious place just outside Taihye in Wantiang. And now what it looks like in photo mode. And now I propose we move on to the outfit after I get both the evolution and the glow up. And now let's have a look at the perfect moment outfit with all skin tones, for all variations. I'll be wearing the Chroma's Mortal Heart makeup for this one. Now let's have a look at the individual pieces, starting with the hair. And the good news with the hair was that it didn't clip much, except as you can see here with fur collars. And I particularly like how it was dealt with here. It just removed the buns. But as you can see, there is really minimal clippage with most outerwear, except again here with a collar fur. But even that doesn't look too bad because in reality, the hair would have behaved that way with fur as well. So the dress here, because of the volume at the back, obviously the dress is not going to look too great with actual coats. Short coats are fine, but everything that, as you can see here, goes below the waist is going to have major clipping issues. The other pieces are generally just fine, starting with the socks. The shoes are relatively simple. As for the accessories, so the hairpiece, earrings, bracelets, and handheld, no major issues that I could find. The hairpiece in particular works with all hairstyles as far as I could tell, so pretty good news here. In terms of dyes, my main issue is with the hair. We have 3 color channels, one for the main hair color, one for those ringlets at the back, and the third changes some of the accents at the back. But it does nothing for the actual hair accents. So you are left with those colorful streaks, and there is nothing you can do about them. They will change color as you dye the hair, but that color is fixed, and depending on the hair color, a few times the accents will be pretty discreet, but a lot of the time the accent will use a strongly contrasting color. And I don't know why they do this. They could either give us control of that contrast by adding a channel, or they could add it to the third channel. And if you remember, this isn't even the first time. We had the exact same issue with the hair from the Counterflow Concerto 4-star from patch 1.9. And I felt it was even worse back then because it was an individual banner 4-star, so you would have needed to sink more money to get it. But still, definitely something I will comment on in the feedback form because it would be such an easy fix, and it ruins the hair for me in many colors, to be honest. Otherwise, the dyes worked mostly fine for me. The dress is a little finicky, which, given all the colors and elements, is not exactly a surprise, but I still got the result I wanted in the end. And this is my masterpiece. I'll link the color code in the video description below if you like it and would like to use it. Alright, so back to the shop and to that bundle offer. Now, I bought the bundle on this account because this is my Well account. I am a bit of a completist and I am making content. But on my Dolphin accounts, I will not go for it. Yes, it is a $2.49 discount, but for me that Inky Brush package, because of those missing Stellarites, is just not worth the money, even with a discount, and personally because I don't care about the decoration all that much this time. The TLDR of this is, if you love the decoration and or the outfit, and that kind of money is no object, then you don't really need me to tell you what to do, you can just go on and splurge. But if you have any doubt, then let it be clear that from my point of view, the Crimson Cut is a solid offering and a real treat if you actually like the outfit. The Inky Brush package though, I would recommend you pass, even taking into account the $2.49 discount of the bundle. Speaking of bundle, one last bit of warning. You may choose to purchase either the Inky Brush box or the Crimson Cut box individually, or purchase the Gilded Brilliance box to obtain both. Buying in combination grants exclusive discounts. Please note, if you have already purchased either the Inky Brush box or the Crimson Cut box, you cannot purchase the Gilded Brilliance box. Conversely, if you purchase the Gilded Brilliance box directly, you cannot purchase the individual boxes afterward. If you purchase one box individually and later want the other, it will be sold at full price without a combination discount. So, if you hesitate between buying one package or both, I would strongly recommend that you leave yourself some time to think it through, because if you commit to one and you end up regretting and wanting the other as well, you forfeited the discount. You have basically the whole of February to think about it, so please take your time. Alright, so this concludes today's video. I hope this helped you along with your decision on whether or not to go for any one of these offerings. Next up will be part 1 of the new storyline. In the meantime, I wish you all a great day, a wonderful week ahead, and until next time, bye-bye.